I am so happy to be here with you, Mark. You are the calming wave in the storm sometimes, I have to say. Mark Feldser, managing partner at Wick Capital Partners in Radnor, Pennsylvania. You're also a CPA, right? Is that your claim to fame?
Certified public accountant. Yeah.
That's great.
15 years or so now. Yeah.
So what do you think your superpower is?
My superpower would be hopefully my ability to connect with clients, identify what their most important needs are, right? To take it a couple layers deeper than just being a financial advisor and to truly connect with people.
So do you have X-ray vision then, where you can maybe see through and anticipate some issues that they might have?
Yeah, I think anticipate's a good word. Some folks may think they know what their challenges are or what their needs are, but once you kind of dig deeper and anticipate some other things that they may not have thought through. A lot of our clients have been incredibly successful in different fields, but they don't really know how to navigate our field. So just having processes and steps in place to take it deeper and anticipate what those additional value adds could be, perhaps that's a superpower.
That's great. So if you had a choice between Batman or Superman, which one would you choose?
Superman.
Why?
I mean, Batman's he's a human being. You know, he's got some fancy tools, but he's not all
Superman can fly.
Superman can fly.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of things that the rest of us can't do. You know, I mean, he's a pretty invincible dude.
Well, that's actually a good choice, and I can tell you why. In the profile of a psychology major, Batman's kind of not so good guy, and Superman's actually a really good guy. Yeah. So you picked a good superhero to emulate.
Thank you.
So, the Freckled Strawberry is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated and on a mission to empowering financial independence in women. And financial independence can be defined a number of ways by different people. But for what we're doing, we say independence means that you're informed. And being informed really gives you the power and the independence to make decisions for yourself instead of relying or being codependent on somebody else to tell you what to do. So in the matters of the things that we talk about, the conversations we have, one of them is tax planning. And it's a scary word most of the time for women. Tax is like, they don't understand it, it's overwhelming, it's not a friendly word. So we like to say, I call it settle up. You gotta settle up. You gotta pay your bills, you gotta make sure you're giving back to what you've made. But some of the things the entrepreneurs ask me is, what kind of opportunities can I have by good tax planning? Yeah. So when you're sitting down with an entrepreneur, maybe list the top 3 things that you look for as opportunity in their tax plan.
Yeah, it is amazing how intimidating taxes can be. And even year to year, there's so many changes. It can be intimidating to any of us to kind of keep in track with all the different changes every year. So I like the word informed. A lot of folks in our industry use the word educate. And I don't like to use the word educate because I don't want that to sound condescending, like I'm educating you and you need that. But at the same time, it's so vital to have everyone in the room really understand what's going on, right? There's no secret sauce here. It's just education and information, and we all need to understand it. So business owners have great opportunities for tax planning that a typical W-2 earner do not have. So one is the obvious one, just being able to control your expenses and your income and offset them against each other year by year. A W-2 employee just gets paid and they can't really modify that. But with business owners, there's a lot of different ways to structure either income structures or expense plans to kind of offset year by year. The other big one is employment plans, like employer-sponsored benefit plans. Mm-hmm. So again, a W-2 employee may only be able to participate in a 401k or contribute to an IRA. Business owners have a ton of flexibility and some really unique plans that they can put in place to really defer income on a whole nother level, and they oftentimes don't realize that. So with almost all of our self-employed business owners, we explore a whole range of options for benefit plans.
That's great. So the model that the Freckled Strawberry has is at that point when we're in the conversations that we're talking about tax, I like to invite in a tax professional to explore, because the questions to ask that uncover the opportunity. So you've had a chance to hear me talk about the Freckled Strawberry, and finally, Mark, a money management system made by a woman for women, right? What a great opportunity that is.
Absolutely.
How do you think the Freckled Strawberry benefits your clients at Wick?
So again, I think I think I said my superpower. Hopefully, I wasn't too terrible of an answer. Was to go deeper and just peel back the layers. But what you're doing at the Freckled Strawberry is even more on top of that, right? So we're getting to know our clients as much as we can, and they hopefully share a lot of information with us. But the relationship you build with your clients is really on a whole another level, right? You're looking not just at the money, not just the investment, tax, estate, insurance topics we are, but it becomes an even broader relationship. So you being able to identify the kind of the quarterback, right? The whole range of things that your client could need, and then us just being a piece of that. Hey, as part of this strategy, Wick Capital Partners can implement all these different benefits for you. It's a nice partnership.
Yeah, I enjoy it because when you're talking about some of the more analytical components of family management, right, and money management, the Freckled Strawberry, the voice of the woman is really more in line with lifestyle and protecting her life and her children, and how many blowouts can I have, and can I still go to the Hamptons, and can I still have the things that I want to have. Those accounting terms have meaning and have benefit. So in the spirit of the Freckled Strawberry, we always ask somebody like you to give advice. So what advice around tax planning would you give to a woman today?
Yeah, so my advice would be a lot of people start too late, and they think that you can retroactively find the strategies that you need. But that's not really where most tax planning works. Tax planning is looking ahead to the next quarter, to the next year. What decisions or structures can I put in place today to benefit in the future? Going back in time doesn't really work because the past is the past. I forget exactly what word you used, settle up or something like that.
Yeah.
But a tax return for 2021 at this point is really just settling up, and there's not much you can do. But your tax return for 2022 and 2023, you can get ahead of that, and it's not about settling up. It's about optimizing your situation now so that you don't have to settle up as much next year. So my piece of advice would be, it's never too early to start, and so, let's get moving on it.
I love the strategy and the tactical ways that you're approaching the tax conversation. It doesn't feel like that when you say the word tax, but really what you're doing is creating opportunity and managing on the downside, right? Yeah. Managing against the risk. So, Mark, a little something about you. How are you defining success in 2023?
From a tax planning perspective, or just wealth management?
You, Mark. How is Mark defining success in 2023?
So as a business owner and someone working with people and managing people, it's just about constant improvement and finding, hey, we set this firm up the way we wanted to because we've seen the mistakes other firms do and we're going to do it right. Well, that was a few years ago. So what's coming next? What are the new softwares? What are the new tax laws? What are the new trends in our industry where we always have to stay ahead of the game? And we have to make sure that all of our employees and our clients benefit from that.
So it sounds like you're the improvement guy.
Well,
your whole definition of success for 2023 is leveling up, it sounds like.
Yes, but it's hiring and working with really, really smart people. And obviously I can't do it by myself. So it's we have people much smarter than me in their different fields and just smarter than me in general. But the point being, you have to have great people around you. I can't do it all. You can't do it all. So having people specifically filling out roles on the team, identifying where those improvements are, and then managing or helping implement those changes, but having everyone on board to implement those changes and just stay on top of our game year by year. As soon as you get lazy, you're going to start
Shark stop swimming. That's not good.
Yeah.
Mark, I love spending time with you. You always make me feel comfortable about the topic of money and taxes and insurance and the strategy and the blah, blah, blah. We could go on and on. I appreciate your time today. Thank you for talking with us, and I hope that you'll visit us again soon.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.